There was a stretch of my life, 5 long years, where every night I went to bed praying I wouldn't wake up. Not dramatically, not with a plan, just a quiet, exhausted God, please, I don't want to wake up tomorrow again. And every morning when I opened my eyes, I felt this wave of discouragement hit me. Not because I hated my life, but because I didn't know how to live it anymore. These 5 years didn't begin in a vacuum. My life had already fallen apart publicly, and a major business failure had taken the foundation out from underneath me. It took my work, my confidence, my sense of identity and purpose. People saw the collapse on the outside. What they didn't see was the collapse happening inside of me. That external failure, the shame, the fear, the weight of losing everything, pushed me into a long stretch of nights where I didn't want to face another morning. I just wanted to pass in the night. For most of my life, I didn't like myself. I didn't trust myself. I didn't feel worthy of God or of love or of acceptance. So when the business failed, it felt like confirmation of every negative thing I believed about myself. And when I asked God to take me, I genuinely believed He wouldn't accept someone like me anyway. So whether I woke up or didn't, it really didn't matter to me. That was the cost of hiding, of carrying pain alone, of believing I had to face it in silence. On the outside, I was functioning, I was married, I was living, but inside I was exhausted in a way sleep couldn't fix. Something I need to make clear about this is my wife, she already knew about my gender issues long before all of this. That wasn't a secret, but the secret was the despair. She had no idea that for 5 years, every night I went to bed not wanting to wake up. No idea that every morning I was devastated that I had. I never told her, not once, but in my mind, I expected her to know. I thought it should have been obvious. I mean, your spouse ought to know. They're with you all the time. They should be able to read your mind. I thought my pain was written across my face. And when she didn't know, I felt hurt, I felt angry, and I felt abandoned. But the truth is, she couldn't see what I never showed. They never can. We can't expect that out of them. She knew I was depressed, but she didn't know this. She didn't know the depth. She didn't know the darkness, and she didn't know the hopelessness. Because I kept that part locked inside and then silently punished her for not being able to read it. It took me a long time to understand that. And when I finally told her about those 5 years, there was no relief. I was still holding my dysphoria from the public, still carrying that mountain alone, still terrified of the exposure, still drowning inside of myself. Nothing lifted, nothing eased. I was still miserable. The relief, it didn't come until later after the divorce and after I finally went public about my dysphoria. And even then, that relief had limits. Going public removed the fear of being found out. It took the pressure off of secrecy. It gave me some comfort, a breath of air that I hadn't felt in years. But it didn't teach me to like myself. It didn't heal the internal wounds, and it didn't touch the shame or the identity struggle. It didn't rebuild the man inside of me. It simply removed one burden while leaving the deepest ones untouched. Because the business failure didn't create my internal wounds, it exposed them. The shame, the fear, the broken identity, the belief that I wasn't someone God would ever want, those things stayed because you can't fix internal pain with external change. You can't rebuild a life while ignoring the cracks in the foundation. But here's the part I want to leave you with today. The dysphoria, it has no hold on me anymore. None. It's a chapter in the story, not the definition of the story. I actually love myself today, not because of anything external, but because of what God rebuilt inside of me. It took 9 years of peeling back the layers, 9 years of facing what I ran from, and 9 years of discovering the man I actually am, not the one I thought that I had to perform as. And today, I know exactly who I am. I know I'm saved. I know I'm His. I know I'm a man. Not becoming someone different, not becoming visible on the outside, but as the man I have always been on the inside, the man I was born as. This journey to 60 isn't about reinvention, it's about alignment, bringing the inside to the outside. Not new, just truer, not different, just better. And maybe someone out there needs to hear this. You don't have to tell the world your whole truth, but you cannot keep hiding from yourself because hiding will steal years you will never get back. And I'm done losing years. I'm walking toward 60 one honest day at a time, one healed air at a time, one step better than the day before, one day better.